McDavid. Moves in, McDavid goes upstairs! What a goal!
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode 15 of this Edmonton Oilers Franchise Mode. In a franchise frenzy, today we are taking on the St. Louis Blues in the playoffs. Obviously, they are a very good team. Obviously, we are a very good team too. We've just beat two other teams to get here, but so have St. Louis. And this is actually a back-to-back conference finals here against them. We played them last season in the conference finals too. As far as the East goes, Boston and New York are there, and they're both good teams too. I think New York's way better in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. As far as the rest of this episode goes, if we don't beat the Blues for some reason, then we will be going and just jumping right into the draft. I got my phone on vibrate. Oops. Anyways, just going to turn notifications off there. And, let's get into this franchise mode. So looking at our lineup, obviously we're going with Chubasov on the second line just to get the chemistry up. And, we've got a really good team here overall. No problems in this lineup whatsoever. You'd hope Marcus Nold maybe would grow a little bit more, but that's about it. These lines are really solid. I have no complaints with them. As far as the defense goes, same thing. Bouchard and Heiskanen. That means Heiskanen's 94 rated with that chemistry boost. That is absurd. And then we have Terry and Jones to, sub in, and then Carter Hart and net with Stuart Skinner as the backup. So, very good team here. We know what this team's capable of. A three-peat is pretty big, but the last team that won 3 cups in a row won 4 cups in a row, that being the New York Islanders in the 1980s. And, well, that's what we're trying to do today. So let's see if St. Louis will put up a fight here, or if we're just going to walk over them, or if it's going to be a good competition. Let's see how this goes. So, come on. So looking at the other teams here in the East, we got Boston and New York. And, both teams are pretty good, but let's look at St. Louis here. Obviously, Michael Kong's going to be really good. For sure, he's a sniper, and he's going to put up some good points. Barbashev is ridiculously high rated, same with Tarasenko. And then they've got depth throughout this entire lineup. Like, nobody's below an 81, I believe, in their forward core. So that's absolutely huge. Robert Thomas probably should be playing second-line minutes. But, they do what they do, and apparently it works. They've got really good defense there. Falk, Parayko, Pietrangelo, and PK Subban. That is a stacked defensive core. And then as far as goalies go, they got Demko and Brossoit. They've got a good team, man. I'm a little bit scared of St. Louis, to be honest. They're a very good franchise here by the looks of it, and they're going to give us a good fight here. So, yeah. All right, so here we go. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals against the St. Louis Blues. We are playing in Edmonton at Rogers Place. So, first period, we kick it off down 2-0. Oh, boy. Not a great start there, to be honest, but yeah, that happens. Goals from Falk and Zingel. Carter Hart not really stopping a whole lot by the looks of it at the moment, so yeah. All right, second period there. Much better period from the Oilers as they put 3 in the back of the net, but PK Subban scores 2 by himself. So, not great. We're going to jump into the third period, see if the Oilers can get this game-tying goal here and, force an overtime here in Game 1. This was really not a good first game, to be completely honest. So, yeah, definitely going to have to put in some better work than that if we're going to beat St. Louis. They get a power play, and they don't score. Okay, good. So still a one-shot game. Another power play for St. Louis. And they still don't capitalize on it. My gosh. Okay, we got to get a goal here. Come on, boys. Yeah, not good. Really not good here. There's only 2 minutes left. And, yeah, that's going to wrap it up. We lose to more so PK Subban than anybody else. And that one kind of stings on home ice especially. So let's see if we can, perform better here in the second half of this homestand, because that was really poor, to be honest, from the Oilers. And yeah, it just wasn't good enough at all. So let's see what we can get done here now as game 2 kicks off. Okay, so I'm going to try switching the lines up here. Try Draisaitl, Yamamoto, and Benson alongside McDavid, Chubasov, and Schutz on the first line. Let's see if that will work. I mean, who knows, really. It's kind of hard to tell with these lines what's going to work, what's not. I mean, the chemistry's there, but it really, unless you have like a +5 chemistry boost, you're really not going to have a lot of success with a line unless they decide to play and the morale doesn't affect them at all. So, yeah, really dependent on... All right, so first period of this this game 2 here in Edmonton, St. Louis finds a 1-0 lead. They then find a 2-1 lead as Pietrangelo gets another goal there, but yeah, St. Louis, they're still beating us. Draisaitl, it's a power play goal, but, we got to keep scoring because that's what our team has been struggling with so far against St. Louis. And we go down 3-1 right off the bat to Klim Kostin. Oh, baby, this is not looking good. So at this point, we just need something. We need somebody to, get a goal here for us, make a play, do something, because, it's St. Louis. Yes, they're a good team. They got lots of depth. But, man, come on. We got to get something here against them. We are just playing so bad right now. 3-2 there. Rudolph Schutz. Come on, buddy. Can we get another goal back? I get the feeling we won't. It's not going to be like last series where Rudolph Schutz could score a hat trick single-handedly and win it for us. Yeah, no, we're done. Josh Levo seals the game there, puts it on ice, and yeah, that's not a good performance yet again by the team here, and yeah, we just got to straight up play better. So guys, I would say at this point, heading into game 3, if we do not get a victory here, then this series is pretty much wrapped up. By the looks of it, Boston's winning 2-0 against the Rangers, which makes very little sense, but that's how NHL works when it comes down to the final games of the playoffs here, is the worst teams somehow win more games than they should. And, yeah, it's not good here. As far as our team goes, we are not in a good spot right now. So, heading into game 3 here, it has to be a win. We cannot lose. If we do, we're not eliminated yet. We're down 2-0, but it's over if we don't win this game. So, to kick off the first period of game 3, we're down 2-0. Oh, my gosh. Edmonton is just not there. They don't have it. Second period, down 3-0 as Brayden Schenn gets a goal. And that's looking like it's, pretty much going to be wrapping things up here. This is really not good. We'll sim the third period here, but, man, I don't see how we are going to get this back, how we are going to win any games in this series because, our team's not scoring. So Rudolph Schutz gets 1 there. Not bad. Rudolph Schutz gets 2. Okay. Is he going to have a hat trick here, possibly? Please? We need another goal here. We're running out of time. Just 8 minutes left now. And, oh boy. And Rudolph Schutz does get the hat trick. Let's go. Okay, so we are back in this. That's a huge performance on the road from Shoots. And let's see if we can get a game winner here. No, we're heading to overtime most likely. If there isn't a goal in the last minute of the game, there isn't a goal at all. So, getting outshot pretty bad, 33-21 by St. Louis. And, yeah, we're going to sim this again. I mean, I do kind of want to jump in and watch it, but, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, let's just see what happens here. And it's over. St. Louis wins yet another game. This time in overtime. We gave them a run for their money. They still came out on top. And, yeah, that was pretty bad. So let's see. Like that's it. That's it. We aren't going to win this series now. We have to win 4 games in a row to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals. St. Louis is in a very good spot right now. Oh, man. And Boston's up 3-0 as well, so we might have a 2019 Cup Finals repeat here, Boston versus St. Louis. That's pretty cool, but at the same time, it's like, come on, Edmonton, you got to do something here. Like, we're just so out of it at this point. So I'm going to reset the lines here, put them back to the way they were before here with Shoots and Yamamoto getting switched on their positions. Draisaitl, McDavid back together. Like, something's got to happen here because this has not been the answer so far. And, you know, this team's not performing up to my expectations here. I was hoping they'd be at least close with St. Louis, like at least win their home games. But, I mean, as you guys have just witnessed, we are really not playing anywhere near the standards our team has had over the past couple seasons. And, yeah, it's not good. So we're going to try Max Jones in the lineup here instead of Zach Kassian and see if that will make a difference. We're going to try Cooper Marody. He's going to go out. We're going to put Troy Terry in. You know, it's just like we need some kind of spark here because the team is just not doing anything really. So, yeah. So, Game 4, facing elimination in St. Louis. In my opinion, the Oilers are done, but, yeah, you never know. It's NHL. Anything can happen, but down 2-1, goal from Michael Kong there, power play goal from Zingle, and a power play goal from McDavid, too. So, yeah, not bad, but we got to be better still. Yeah, I was wondering when Michael Kong was going to score, and Chris Tierney looks like he's going to be the guy who ends this Oilers playoff run here. You know, I would say our team's still a dynasty. Obviously, 3 cups in a row is pretty huge, and contending consistently for the playoffs is obviously huge. But, yeah, this is a tough way to see the boys go out. I mean, you'd hope they could win at least 1 game, maybe 2. Yamamoto gets 1 goal back. But it's still just like, what a brutal round of playoffs there. Just not good at all. I don't know. I think it's over. I don't think that we stand any more chance here. And, yeah, this is disappointing from the Oilers for sure. But, I mean, you can't win every year. We still made it to the conference finals yet again. But got swept, baby. That's pretty bad, to be honest. So, yeah, I guess we'll kind of just transition into the draft now. This is, yeah, it's disappointing to say the least. So, oh well, it happens, and you know, you gotta push through it. Can't always win, but man, that just stinks. And somehow, guys, the Boston Bruins are probably going to beat the New York Rangers here. And yeah, that's all right, whatever. I mean, I would have liked to see another Edmonton New York matchup, but by the looks of it, we got Boston St. Louis. And is St. Louis going to win the cup again? Or is it going to be Boston? And it's Boston. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins win the Calder Cup. Big whoop there. And I don't know how Boston... I do not know how Boston actually won that. Like, what? I can't explain it to you guys, but yeah, that's definitely interesting. 92% of our tickets sold. You know what? Like, that's normal. We have some really good players on this Oilers team, and it's too bad that we couldn't actually, kind of continue on here. So yeah, whatever. As you can see there, it went to 7 games. This time Boston actually got the win, unlike 2019. And, I mean, not a bad season from the Oilers, obviously. 4th best in the league is still a very good record to end up with. And overall, we've been really good. But as far as the draft lottery goes there, as you can see, we finished with the 7th pick there from Arizona. Thank you very much, Arizona. And, yeah, interesting for sure. So, we will be selecting 7th overall. We might be moving down in the draft, but let's cut to the draft now. So, guys, looking at the retired players here, apparently there's nobody. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Ryan Getzlaf, that's a pretty big name. Almost 1,200 points in his career. Zach Parise, that's another high lottery pick. Ilya Kovalchuk, Justin Williams, Miku Koivu, Brett Burns is a big name for the defense. Same with Shea Weber. Those are some good defensemen there that are retiring. And looks like Kovalchuk was the only number 1 overall pick, but everybody else was, pretty good too. James Neal's in there. That's an ex-Oiler. Andrew Ladsheim Gagne is another ex-Oiler. And, yeah, there's some pretty good players in there for sure. As far as goalies go, let's see. So, Fleury, that's a big name for retirement. And Jonathan Quick as well, Brian Elliott, Thomas Greiss, Cam Talbot, Neuwirth, and that's about all I recognize. Those are some big wins there for a couple of those goalies. Jonathan Quick, a lot of wins there, over 400. Fleury, over 500. That's insane. I don't know if he broke. I don't think he's close to Brodeurs' record, but he might have been. Don't quote me on that. So, Brett Burns and Ryan Getzlaf become coaches for their respective clubs there, San Jose and Tampa Bay. And then any scouts? No, just coach retirement, and doesn't look like we lost anybody, so that's good, because it's always a pain in the butt when a coach retires on you. So yeah, not bad there. So as far as the trade block goes leading up to the draft here, I mean, there really isn't a lot we want to trade at this point. We want to kind of hold on to what we have here and just move forward as a team, try to win again next season. And Bouchard's actually our most valued player because he's only $7.2 million a year. Interesting, for sure. Interesting. Unfortunately, Heiskanen dropped off there. Marcus Nold went down. Kyler Yamamoto, holy, high top 6, buddy. That's a very nice rating. Tyler Benson's an 88. Oh my gosh, for only $3.7 million, that's probably our most valued player. Wow. And then you got guys like McLeod and Broberg. Those guys, they don't fit the system, so I'm trying to kind of move on from them here. because it just doesn't help our team to have guys that, you know, are good in the AHL and are never going to fit our NHL lineup. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So, yeah, that's why I'm looking to trade him. Mason Nueve there. He's going to be good. Tiny Keeping's good there, too. As far as our goalies there, Toskala is actually looking somewhat decent now, but I mean, Curtis Bowman's obviously our more valued goalie at this point. Had 75 overall at just 19. So, yeah, he's going to be good in a couple years. Is he 6'5"? Is that what I read? I might have read that wrong, but I think he's, oh no, you know, Bowman's 6'2", so he's going to be good. But yeah, no, that's we've got good goalies in this team for sure. Like, even Rodrigue is decent. Like, he's not terrible. So yeah, our team's in really good shape right now, and that's no lie. So we are going to jump into this NHL entry draft for the 2024 offseason. And I mean, we got the 7th overall pick, so we're probably not going to get an elite, but we'll still get a good player. And you can see the teams that are going to be picking up high there, like Minnesota, and I believe I saw Montreal as well. But yeah, I don't think we really need to trade up at all. I think our team's going to be just fine. So, I mean, if we take a look at the draft class, the guy we are looking at here, I think is a center. I can't remember. Oh, actually, I can't remember if we're going for Montoya. He looks pretty good. Shoot and pinch, which is what our team needs. And then, who else? I believe O'Sullivan is really good looking as well. Like, he's got a good ETA or something like that. The other thing with Montoya is he's a right-handed defenseman, so he will be valuable in a couple of years because it's always difficult to find righties in this game. It's Wilkinson, sorry. Joshua Wilkinson is the guy that we want to target. He's ranked as the 9th best skater in the draft, but he's only got a 1-year ETA, or he's NHL ready. I can't even remember. And then Jack Rupp could be elite as well, or he could just be medium top 4. But the team we're looking to trade with here is probably going to be... Oh, I can't remember. Who are we going to trade for? I think... Calgary's pick, maybe? That might work. So yeah, let's try Calgary's pick, see if we can trade for the 16th there. Just to try and land somebody. And what do we give up? We're going to try to give up Glenn McLeod in exchange for the 16th. I think that's a pretty good trade, to be honest. McLeod's going to be really good in a couple of years. But at the same time, I don't know if we want to be playing against him because he's going to be a good defenseman, and we know that. So who else do we even offer? Like Mellenby, maybe? Valentanko? I don't know. I don't want to offer any of those 81 rated guys because they're playing into our team. They're going to be important. So that's why I don't want to move them. Could try Glenn McLeod here. Let's see if that goes through. Honestly, I don't know if it will, but it's worth a shot. And that's rejected a bit low for us. Okay. Interesting. So maybe we try Toskala here instead. Go Toskala plus, like, I don't know. Or what are we trading for? The 16th plus Calgary's pick next year, maybe? Or maybe even just the 53rd, like that. That should go through. And it does. Okay, so we trade Toskala for a 1st and 2nd. It's not a bad trade. It's good for pieces we need for our team, obviously, but we'll see if that pays off or not. So now we have the 7th and the 16th pick. And I think the guy we want to go for, well, we're interested in that Josh Wilkinson. So, got a couple options here. So we're going to try to trade for the 6th here just to try and land, I can't remember the defenseman's name now. That other top 4 defenseman that we were looking at straight out of the draft. So what could we offer for the 6th? We could try McLeod and Broberg maybe. I think that might go through. And rejected. Awesome. That's what you love to see. So maybe we try throwing this 53rd in. That's a possibility, or even like a 4th rounder. Maybe next year, 2nd. Yeah, that's probably better. That should go. And really, Montreal? Really? That's a little bit sad. Okay, so they don't want to trade that pick probably, by the looks of it. So I don't want to give up a 1st rounder as well. That's ridiculous. So 2 seconds maybe. I guess we can try a 1st. 2026. That's still rejected. Okay, Montreal, stop. You're killing me, man. So we could try throwing in a guy like Hudson Mellenby, maybe. I mean, he's only 66 rated at 21 years old, so possible that we trade him. Maybe a guy like Dmitry Valentenko as well. He's possible to trade, but he is a little bit higher rated, so they'd have too many skaters, of course. So first overall, Ben DeHaan goes to, 83 overall. Wow. That's a nice starting rating for any player. Jeez. He's only 3 ratings off of Rudolph Schutz right now. That's insane. Yeah, some of these players out of the draft are pretty strong. So, I mean, maybe not like McDavid level, but they're still really good. Like, don't get me wrong. They're going to be good players. Ben DeHaan, especially for the Minnesota Wild there. Like, holy buddy. So trying to go for this other pick here, I mean, it's worth a shot from the Islanders here, and that's a lot to give up. But we need to pick up at least 1 player, maybe 2 here, by the looks of it, just to get this deal done. So, I mean, they've got some decent players in here for sure. Like Connor Brown's really high rated. But no, we want to sort by worst ratings, so we have to take guys from the AHL. We could take Bykov, we could take, those 2 defensemen. What's the other guy's name? Tarvinen. And they reject that still. It's got to really be worth their while. Okay. Okay. And I don't know what else to give up, because, like, it's worth a shot, but it's like, really? That's what we're going to give up? Like, I don't know if I really want to give up that much. It's just stupid. Like, we may as well trade up even higher. Like, jeez. So, Tripp is 82 rated. Jeez, buddy. What is with these teams and super high overall players, but then when we draft somebody, they're like 80 rated, like in the top 5 anyways. So these trades are just becoming more and more difficult to pull off. It's really difficult for sure. So guys, instead we're going to try to trade with New Jersey, who has actually got a pretty solid team. They got some really high potential players in here. And, I mean, we're still going to try to get a deal here for the 9th overall pick, but honestly, who knows how it's going to go. Some teams are way easier to trade with than others, and I mean, we have struggled, but that trade does go through there. Glenn McLeod is gone now. We get that 9th overall pick. And, yeah, pretty good there for sure. So now we got the, wait, I can't remember. Did we just give up the 7th? No, we have the 7th still. And, well, I mean, we're probably not going to land this defenseman, unfortunately. But, yeah, Montoya ends up going to the Canadiens there. 67 rate is pretty solid there for a 6th overall pick. He's not bad at all. But yeah, I think we're going to take Wilkinson mainly because he's got that crazy ETA on him of, I believe he's NHL ready, versus guys like Elias O'Sullivan or Skylar Frazee there have 3-year ETA. So yeah, I think we have to take Josh Wilkinson 7th overall. Just be like, screw you guys, Montreal. You should have definitely given us that pick for the trades. Then you could have, like, yeah, whatever. They took a player we wanted, but it happens. And Frazee there, Frazee, however you say his name, pretty good player too. So our next selection, I mean, I want to take a defenseman here, so we could go with O'Sullivan, but he's a 3-year ETA. So that's why I don't really want to, versus a guy like Cameron Salvador could turn out. Or maybe even a guy there like Jack Rupp instead. That's possible. Yeah, we might go with Rupp, I think. We could try Salvador and then just trade back if he doesn't turn out. So let's see how that goes. 74. That was a good pick as well. Jeez, okay. I'm happy with that. And then the 16th overall, we're going to end up taking Rupp here just because, you know, we're looking to strengthen our team all around. So that means mainly centers and defense because that's what you need in the NHL to really build a good solid foundation as a team. Wingers are easier to acquire compared to centers and defense. But yeah, we're going to take a risk on Jack Rupp here. See if he turns out. He does have a 3-year ETA. Oh wait, no, 2-year it says, sorry. But yeah, who knows how he turns out. I'm hoping for an elite and a medium top 4 defensive defenseman. Not awesome, but it happens. So our next pick is at number 53 in the second round, later second round. And did we miss anybody? Low elite there, Haja or Haja. I don't know. I think it's Haja. That's a nice pick. 69 overall. Jeez, I would have taken him instead of Rupp. Besides that, Kuhlman's a low elite. That's better potential. Oh my gosh, Christie, 79 overall. That's better than Wilkinson, who we took like 7th. What? Right-handed defensive defenseman, just insanely high rated. How does that even happen? Like, whatever. There's some serious steals throughout here. That's crazy. This entire draft so far has had a lot of strength in it, though, for sure. I will say that. Like, nobody's dropped below 63, I believe, in the first round here. Oh, 61's there at the end, but That's a strong first round still, man. I gotta say, that's a really good first round of the draft. Second round, I mean, Christie just bumps that overall average up by quite a bit, but I don't know who we want to take here now. Gainey, I think, or Prince, maybe. Prince is guaranteed. Gainey, I don't know who to go with here. I think, this is a tough decision because they're both 6'2". They're both medium elite goalies. And we're going to go with Prince just because he's Edmonton, kind of local. 47 overall. Yikes. So not what we were expecting, but not bad either. And then, well, let's see how Gainey turned out instead, because he's probably going to be better than 47 overall. Pettinen, 55. That's pretty good. Who else? Franz in there, medium elite defensive defenseman. Again, another defensive defenseman. That's I like those defensive defensemen, man. That draft, or this draft does anyways. There's a lot of them. Besides that, nobody else really in the third round. What about the rest of the second round here? Oh wait, there's game. Oh, 61. No. Oh wait, that was the fourth round there. Sorry. Fast is also an elite. Yikes. And Lemieux's a defensive defenseman as well. How are there so many right-handed defensive defensemen? Not just defensive defensemen, but elite defensive defensemen. Jeez. Another elite there in Kraus and or Kraus, however you say it. It's Kraus, I think. And man, this is a strong draft for sure. So for our next pick, I don't know who we're taking, honestly. So we do have two elite options here in Zane Hainsey and Kling. I think it's Kling. Burned Kling, I believe his name is. Yeah, I don't know. Two-way forward and a grinder. So, actually, oh my gosh, okay. And then Mankari and Baumgartner are both really good there too. Jeez, man. You know, as much as this is like a disappointing episode for the Oilers not making the playoffs, man, like, we could just call this late round steals as well, because look at those options we have. Man, those are good. Like, yeah, I don't know. We're definitely going to draft those two guys, though, late, though. Mankari and Baumgartner for sure. And then obviously Bernd Kling we want to also try to draft just for value purposes. He's not ever going to play a game for the Oilers, probably. That would be my bet, is that we're going to end up trading him or like later on. But, man, those are good options. So we are going to take Zane Hainsey here with this pick. And, I mean, 57 overall, two-way forward. Not bad. He's going to be good in the future. Where's our next pick? Ooh, 6th round. Did I miss Kling there, or Klinge? I think I might have. That's very possible. Which you'd hate to see, but it's very possible. So. Okay, we didn't. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was going to say we didn't miss anybody but Sagan. 59 overall in the 5th round. Like, holy crap, man. That's an elite prospect there. That's actually crazy. Besides that, doesn't look like there's really much else. But, I mean, that was an elite prospect there for the goalie. Jeez. Okay. So our next pick. Okay, so he didn't miss Kling there. So that's good because, you know, he's value. I mean, he's not necessarily super skilled or anything, but he's a value pick. So burned Kling. I like to say Kling, but either one. 59 overall. And, or 53 overall. Sorry, my bad. But he is, yeah, he's good for sure still. So we're going to go all the way back here and just, you know, kind of pick up these last couple picks from where I guess pick 29 and on. I mean, we can see what else went in the 7th round, but I'm not expecting much here. It doesn't look like there is much. Mainly like bottom 6 forwards and like 7th defensemen for the most part. That's normally what goes in the 7th round. But I mean, hey, like there's always somebody who turns out way better than they should. And luckily, those 7th round steals are going to be our picks this season. So, I mean, yeah, they'll take a long time to develop. Don't get me wrong. They will. But that's, you know, that's what we like. We like to develop players in this team. 218th overall. What's his name? Mankari. He is a 2-way defenseman by the looks of it. Is it, I missed his name for what it is, what the M is, but Mankari's going to be good. Jace Barabal. That's weird that he's a low elite. Like, you don't usually see low elite goalies, but okay, whatever. I'm not questioning it. So we have to take at least this second last pick here from St. Louis, as we want to draft Baumgartner as well as Mankari. So that trade gets accepted. Obviously, we just trade a future 7th for a current 7th. And that almost always goes through. Like, that's not unheard of, especially when it's that late of a pick. So, yeah, no real surprises there. And then again, we're going to do the same tactic here because I want to take a risk on that Jace Barabal. I obviously don't want to give up a 6th, but the 7th rounder I'm okay with, you know, handing over to the other team. And obviously Chicago should accept that too. They'd be stupid not to. So we get the last 3 picks of the draft here, and really we're kind of just loading up on prospects. So, obviously, Mankari is going to be the first guy we go for. What's his name? Mohamed Mankari. Nice name. Okay. And he is a left-handed 2-way defenseman, 48 overall. Not bad. And then let's see what these next 2 guys can be here in Baumgartner and Barabal. The Bees. So, Baumgartner obviously is a guaranteed left-handed defensive defenseman, 6'2". Damon Baumgartner is his name. He's an enforcer. Okay. That is something we don't see very often, is enforcer defenseman. Okay. I doubt his development will, you know, happen at all. But I mean, hey, you gotta take risks on players that have some potential. So Jace Barabal, I mean, obviously our goaltender drafting was a little bit bad compared to what other teams walked away with from this draft, but we're trying to make up for it. And let's see, what was Jace Barabal? Yeah, low fringe starter. So not so good there, but I mean, Wilkinson's a good pick. And then the last 2 there before Barabal are going to be good picks as well. Everybody else, yeah, they're okay. They're obviously no Wilkinson, but Wilkinson's going to be really good for the next season or 2. I think he's going to play in the AHL first season, but I'm happy with how that turned out. So So anyways, I think that's going to be wrapping up this episode here. If you guys are enjoying this Edmonton Oilers franchise mode, then please go down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a like on the video, and leave comments on ways you think I can improve this series. So that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya!